And this is what you want to think about as a consultant is you're literally just coming up with solutions to the problems that they have. And as you solve more problems will arise. As a business owner in any business, there's always going to be more problems to solve. Hey there, it's Nick with Consulting Profit, and today I'm going to talk about the difference between what a consultant is and what an agency owner is. And this is a very important distinction because this could be the difference between you making only $1,000 to $2,000 per month as a retainer with your clients, or being able to charge $10,000 to $15,000 up front and actually being able to charge a retainer or growth commission off the back of your initial upfront fee. And this is what also the market is moving towards. Right now, there is a huge gap in what an agency owner does and getting a client results versus what a consultant does and the results that consultants actually get for their clients. And on top of that, it's significantly easier for you to fulfill on. So let's dive right in. So basically, the traditional agency offer is commoditized, right? And the reason why it's commoditized is because agency owners are essentially selling the same service to a lot of the same saturated markets, providing the same saturated results, right? So if we look at it, a lot of the services that agency owners offer right now are literally just like Facebook, Google, SEO, and things like that, which inherently is a great way to get started in your marketing agency, but it'll get you to $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And if you want to stay there, that's totally fine. But I know a lot of you have gone into business and started your own marketing agency because you want to make significantly more than that. So in order for you to get to $50,000 or even $100,000 per month sustainably, without being on the agency roller coaster, without trying to constantly find new clients and ensuring like you retain your clients and losing clients especially when it's not your fault, then what got you to your initial $5,000 to $10,000 a month is likely not going to be the same exact services and the exact inputs that are going to get you to the $50,000 to $100,000 a month, right? Especially, like I said, if you want to do so sustainably, where you're not on this constant feast or famine, right? So what are the commoditized offers right now? A lot of the commoditized offers are Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO services, and website design. So I want to kind of break down each one. So with Facebook ads, the problem with Facebook ads is essentially the barrier of entry is extremely low. So what I mean by that is it really only takes an hour or two to learn Facebook ads. Now, granted, in some industries, it's significantly more complex, but if you're working with, typical local businesses or just like simple offers and stuff like that in general, you can go and watch a YouTube video on how to launch Facebook ads and do so very easily, like literally within an hour or two. This leads to the barrier of entry being lower, which means that there are a ton of people offering the service. You got freelancers, you got VAs, you got people in third world countries who are extremely smart and offering these services for pennies on the dollar of what you can offer it for. Therefore, if their services are the exact same services that you're offering, it's really just a race to the bottom, right? Similar with Google ads. They're a little bit more complex, but still relatively easy to set up a basic campaign and get results. And again, there's a ton of freelancers who are doing this for very cheap. You have SEO services. AI right now is getting insane with some of the SEO stuff, and it's making things significantly easier to implement. So it's like if you can get a software for a couple $100 a month, why would you be paying, $2,000, $3,000 a month for SEO services? It just doesn't make sense. Again, a race to the bottom. Same thing with website design, a lot of other services and stuff like that as well. With AI up and coming and things like that, it's just getting harder to compete with these things with just a basic commoditized offer, right? So to kind of sum it up, when you're commoditized, it essentially means you're at a race to the bottom, which means you're only competing on price. And what that inherently means is that there's simply too much supply right now for the demand, as in there are too many people offering the exact same services, and business owners have been burned. They've been burned by people who overpromise the world and just having poor results and, having people just not get them good results, right? Because the barrier of entry is so low. Anyone can watch a video and just start, a Facebook ads agency essentially. Therefore, it decreases the price of the retainer that you can offer. So how many times have you had to actually give a discount on a sales call just to get a client on, right? You're like literally essentially giving a discount and hoping this client comes on. And then they do, you sign this client, you're stoked, and they're just the worst client ever, right? So this is the roller coaster of an agency owner. They sign one client for $1,000 to $2,000 a month. They get leads, but the clients complain about quality, and it's not really about the lead quality. It's actually just because, the business owner either has a bad sales process for cold leads because they're used to referrals and organic and things like that, or they just don't do their job. They don't call the leads, and then they blame you. And as a result, they churn, and then your job is then to go repeat this whole process and go and find another client. It's the feast and famine, right? So it's a lot of effort for not a lot of reward. And if you think about wanting to scale up to like $50,000 or even $100,000 a month, you need a lot of clients, and you need your retention to be really high, which is really tough when you're only solving one piece of the puzzle, which leads to zero stability for you. So when I look at being a consultant, it's a reframe of your services. Okay, so if you think about what a consultant actually does, or you think about what a CMO does in a business, right? They aren't the ones who are running ads, right? You don't see them in the ads manager generally. They're not the ones who are in Canva creating graphics and stuff for the creatives. They're not fiddling with the targeting. They're not wasting time on low-level tasks, right? You wouldn't catch a CMO doing that. They'd be like, this is ridiculous. Like, my time is worth way more than that. So that's kind of the reframe you need to be in as an agency owner, is you need to be more of a CMO. Like, you need to think about yourself as a CMO, because you're way too smart for that. You need to be a marketing consultant. So as a marketing consultant, your role is to give a business a full service solution from A to Z, right? No steps missing. And the problem with only selling lead generation is that you're only solving one piece of the puzzle. Okay. So what I mean by that is, if we look at kind of this diagram, generally, when it comes to service-based businesses, there's usually 4 different pillars that you need to solve in order for them to see success. I'm going to call it 3.5 because you can get away with solving 3 pillars. But if you can solve all 4, the fourth one being kind of a bonus, it's going to make you very, very valuable to their business. So the first thing is just lead generation, right? You know how to create leads or generate leads. You know how to create ads. You know how to do offers, all that stuff. Most agency owners know how to do that. The next thing is converting the leads into appointments. Some agency owners do this. So you can do this by helping them build out a CRM, having an appointment setter or an AI appointment setter, and then creating long-term automations like email sequences, SMS sequences, all those things, okay? Now, the next part is actually closing the leads. So a lot of business owners get hung up on actually closing the leads. So this is where you can come up with SOPs around it. You can consult them on the sales process. Maybe you help them hire a closer, right? Someone who's better and can actually do the sales process really well. Maybe you go find them a sales consultant and you plug that into the business, for X amount of time, right? So as a CMO, you're finding solutions on how to do these things. And the best part is that, if you think about it from a CMO perspective, they're usually finding solutions and then delegating the tasks, right? So your job is essentially coming up with strategies and solutions, but not necessarily the one implementing it. And that's the best part about being a consultant. Okay, so this can be done in the form of done for you or done with you. And then after that, this is the optional bottleneck you can solve, is the operations. Okay, so this could be financials or helping them hire an actual team, right? For things like, let's say for house painting business, right? If they need more painters, you could run Facebook ads to a hiring funnel to help them find house painters, right? There's a lot of different solutions that you can come up with. And this is just like a relatively basic offer, not basic. This is a really good offer, but you can go deeper. And the best part is as you help your clients get to that next level, as you help them with these solutions, well, you're building this solution once and you get to leverage it over and over again to your other clients, right? And then your offer inherently becomes stronger. So that's really good. And this is what you want to think about as a consultant is you're literally just coming up with solutions to the problems that they have. And as you solve more problems will arise. As a business owner in any business, there's always going to be more problems to solve. Okay. So as a leverage marketing consultant, you're essentially paid to create a strategy and help with the implementation. Again, this can be in the form of done with you or done for you. A lot of the time, you can outsource the work to your client's team members. So a lot of them will have team members who can actually implement the strategy that you're talking about and things like that. Or you can help them find team members to essentially help them implement the solution. And when I talk about team members, sometimes it's in the form of a virtual assistant. You help them hire a virtual assistant for very menial tasks, for follow-ups, for things like that. Or maybe you help find them an appointment setter, right? Very, very menial, small differences that make a huge, impact in their business. Okay. So with that, you typically get paid upfront to implement the solution and then get a retainer or percentage of growth on the back end. Okay, so what I'm essentially saying is you help them, you help take them from A to B, and then you ensure that there's no gaps missing. And if you do this leads to extremely high success rates where essentially they can't fail. So what you want to really look at is any possible situation where you generate the lead, or even before you generate the lead, to them turning that lead into actual money and profit for the business. You want to look at all the possible failures and create solutions around that. And then as you start to sell this offer and grow, because you're charging up front and you're making, a back end off of it and things like that, your margins are going to be so big that you can actually hire A players so you can work in your zone of business or zone of genius, which is going to be actually solving more problems and coming up with solutions, doing research and things like that. Okay. So hopefully this is making sense to you guys. The other thing too, I just want to share is the mindset of like business owners. Business owners don't care about leads. They don't care about lead gen. They don't care about any of that stuff. They care about having results. And how you show them to how to get results is by actually showing them that, you have a solution. And real business owners want to buy a whole solution. They don't just want to buy one piece of the puzzle, right? They just want to buy a whole solution, save time, not worry about it, and actually have success. So if you can sell them an outcome, all your sales objections are going to go away. When they say they want to think about it or they can't afford it and all these different things, they can afford it. The problem is that your service of being a commoditized offer is not something they are willing to spend money on. But if they see a full-blown solution, they are willing to spend money on it and they will find a way to pay for it. And as a result, you're going to make significantly more while doing more fulfilling work, right? Work that you actually feel like is actually going to make an impact. Like if you're an experienced marketing agency owner, you are way too smart to be fiddling around in Canva and messing around with interests and stuff like that. You can literally pay a freelancer to work on your team to do that for a fraction of the cost that you're going to be selling this offer for, because you're solving way more, way higher level problems. Okay. So in conclusion, lead gen is very transactional. It's a very simple commoditized offer. Consulting goes much deeper, but also with consulting, it never ends. There's always another problem to be solved, which you can continue to help solve, add to your offer, and it becomes this rotating flywheel of helping them solve problems, create solutions, making your offer stronger, making you less commoditized, and the barrier of entry significantly higher. Like no one can just copy your offer if you've created, like if you've built a moat around it, right? But if you're just offering very basic services, anyone can copy that offer, right? So consulting goes much deeper, and then you're paid for your mind and strategy, which is significantly more fulfilling. So I just want to share that with you guys. Hopefully that was beneficial. Let me know if you like this type of content. Also, please like this video if you did like the content, and subscribe if you want more information on how to become a consultant. I'm sharing as much as I can, and my goal is to share so much that you really find this more valuable than most courses out there. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.